Welcome Capricorn to your March 2022 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings to all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comment section below. Now, I must apologize. You're probably seeing this well into March or the first few days of March anyway. I'm just uploading your video today. So, yeah, I've just been held up. So these will be coming to you a little late, but these readings are timeless and they last roughly 4 to 6 weeks from when you're seeing them anyway. So don't worry too much that they are a little bit late. But let's get into your reading. Now, you start out the energy with the Three of Wands. And this is that card that talks about your ships are finally coming in. So for a lot of you, you have been waiting and waiting on something. Now, this could have something to do with your work. It could have something to do with a creative project or something that you've been working on that you're quite passionate about. But finally, your ships are coming in, and that's what this card really talks about. And with this card, there is this a little bit of energy of patience that's required here, because you are kind of waiting for that final stage of something. But if you look at this imagery, she's holding the ship in her hand. They're on their way, Capricorn. So you won't have too much longer to wait. You know, this is a card also of really expanding your horizons and looking, and it's progress. You know that things are moving. So if things have been a little bit stuck, and I feel like you've had some energy of the Hangman around you in the last few months, possibly even longer, or things not going anywhere. Well, this is now saying that there is progress on the way. And also, this is a message to keep a long view of things, like look into the future. This is allowing you to now make some more plans, because you can safely know that what you're waiting for is on its way. You can now progress, and you can now make plans for the future. You know, you don't have to worry about your ships coming in anymore. You know they're on their way, and they're about here. They're just about here. And this is a card of self-confidence as well. Now, it's interesting, you've got the 3 and then the 2. And so to me, the 2 of Wands is a wonderful card to get. Now, most 2s are all about making decisions, making some choices. And the thing with the 2 of Wands is there is no wrong choice when you get this card. It's like you're at a bit of a crossroads now, and you can go in 2 different directions. And each of them is very enticing. Each of them look great, but you have to choose. But you know that no matter which direction you go in, it's going to lead you to where it is you are wanting to go. And so this is why I really love this card. This is also a card about amazing opportunities being coming up for you. And you know, this could have something to do with your career or your work, or certainly something that you're really passionate about, just because it's Wands. So I feel like this is also saying take that initiative, make that choice. And there is so much potential here. You know, if you look at the imagery here, this girl has got the world in her hand. And although she's looking up at the moon, and the moon energy is very confusing sometimes, or there's things that you don't completely know the answer to, or there are things that seem hidden here. you still need to progress, you still need to move forward and make that choice, because the opportunities that lay ahead for you are exciting and are wonderful. And you know, when you make that choice, look at what's next, that Knight of Swords. Now the Knights are all about movement, physical movement, mental movement. In this instance, swords are all about your mind, your thoughts, your intellect. So you are intellectually, you are moving. Now it's interesting, when the Knight of Swords shows up, it says if there is a decision here for you to make it via your intellect. You know, sometimes we get messages to listen to your heart or listen to your passion, listen to your intuition. In this instance, if you're making the decision, think it through carefully, think it through intellectually, and make the decision from that point of view rather than your emotions, because that is going to help you and guide you in the right direction. Now that Knight of Swords is like whirlwind energy. This is so fast. And where you've been feeling a little bit stuck, where you've been waiting for your ships to come in, once they've come in and once you've made the decision on which direction you want to proceed in next, it's all going to happen so very, very quickly for you. And it can make you feel, because it's like whirlwind energy, this can make you feel a little bit, what's the word? It can make you feel a little bit confused, because it's almost like you have to make a choice really quickly. And because this energy is so fast, it's, it can make you feel a little bit off balance almost, but it still is really important to think through all of your options, consider them. What do you want out of it? What's going to be best for you? And so make the decision before you get too far down the track, and you can't kind of turn back. But I see you making this decision, Capricorn. Absolutely. You have got that 8 of Cups. And this is you knowing that you have to move. You have to, physically, some of you can absolutely be moving. But this is a card, the 8 of Cups is that card that is showing that you are making a decision. You're not being forced by anyone to do this. You know that a change is needed and a change is coming, and you're feeling a little bit restless as well. And certainly with that energy of the Knight of Swords, that fast moving energy, that can also make you feel restless and like things need to move forward, because you're in a position in your life at the moment where the things that fascinated you before in the past, they don't entice you anymore. And you it's almost like you're yearning for something more meaningful to happen in your life, or a life that rewards you emotionally and spiritually. And so, you know, this can have a little bit of sadness associated with it, because you're leaving behind something that perhaps you have put a lot of energy, a lot of effort into it, but you still almost are disregarding that, I feel, Capricorn. And you know you're doing what is necessary so you can be who you're meant to be deep down inside. Like you're following a calling within you here. And if you look at this particular imagery, you see the figure walking down that rocky path through a beautiful landscape, actually. Swans and beautiful birds and flowers. But you don't know what's through that forest. It's dark in there, but you're still prepared to go there because you know you have to. You can't stay where you are, emotionally, mentally, spiritually anymore. You have to make this move, and you will. And I feel like this is creating a little bit of an internal struggle here for you. You've got the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is an interesting card. A lot of people call this card the card of training. But I feel like here in this particular instance, the Five of Wands can talk about some conflict as well. But I feel like this is absolutely internal conflict. And you're trying to, this choice that you're required to make could be just bringing up some things for you. But, unless you, you've got to kind of review the situation here. And I feel like this, Capricorn. You've got to review the situation. And there is. I feel like this choice is creating a difficult situation, because it is a difficult choice. But you've got to do it, and you will. I know you will here because. And you've got a lot of assistance here around you as well. But this is, I don't feel like the Five of Wands is an external dispute of any sort. I think this is coming from within you. Now, you've got the Temperance card, and this is a card of balance. So I feel like things are going to be okay. This card of balance, and it's also an interesting card because it's got a lot of energy of the Magician. So traditionally in a card, in the Temperance card, you would see the figure standing by a stream, or in a stream, pouring water from one cup to the other. And this kind of has that energy of melding things together and blending things together. And it's interesting that it's right beneath that Two of Wands, which is that choice that you're needing to make. So I feel like you are actually balancing things out here. You are getting the cooperation of other people. You are... And you might even be willing to compromise your plans just a bit so that everyone can be successful in this situation. But you're doing this kind of weighing things up, blending things up together, and Temperance is also a card of patience as well. It has that energy of waiting, which also is reflected in that Three of Wands card there as well. But yeah, it has such a beautiful, soft energy, that Temperance card. And as I said, this is you making things out in your life, like you doing things to suit you. And I think that's great. You're being moderate in your choices. You've got equilibrium here. You're achieving harmony, or your goal is to have harmony here. It's particularly with this internal struggle of the Five of Wands. You are balancing things out, and I feel like there is harmony coming in for you. Now, the Four of Cups, I feel like, again, this is kind of interesting because it's right beneath that Knight of Swords. And the Four of Cups is that card where we sometimes feel like retreating and going and sitting in the shadows almost with this card. But this is, again, there's this balance. It's funny, you've got Temperance, you've got this card of the Four of Cups where it's a very passive card, which is right above that Knight of Swords, which is whirlwind kind of stuff. So again, I feel like there is this balance going on here that you are playing with in March. But I feel like also there's something here that with the Four of Cups, this is often a card of apathy in a way, or a little bit of boredom is going on here, and this is it's like you've got a lot of the things that you require around you. You've got the things you need. You've got a lot of the things that you ask for. Your life is good, but there's something that is a little bit that can be missing. And this is making you feel a little bit apathetic, a little bit bored. You're just because there's something that isn't right for you. It's not fit, you know, whether your soul's not settled or you're not following your passion. There's something not right here. Now, also another message of the Four of Cups is be careful, because when you're in this situation of being a little bit bored, a little bit apathetic, an opportunity might come along that you don't see and you miss it. And this is very important, particularly because it is beneath that Knight of Swords. In this whirlwind kind of energy, there could be something that comes along, you're kind of over it all, and you don't see this wonderful opportunity that does come through for you. And it's interesting because this is right beside the Six of Cups. So this could be an opportunity that is coming through from the past, something coming back that has been there before for you and nothing eventuated, but there could be an opportunity that does come back from the past that you might need to keep an eye out for, just in case it is something that can really be perfect for you. And I feel like this is all revolving around that important decision that you are required to make. Now, that Six of Cups is a very multi-layered card. This is all about nostalgia, and nice nostalgia often. You are thinking about the past. There's fond memories here. There's a lot of kindness, a lot of playfulness. And I feel like this is also very much related to the Eight of Cups, because you're leaving the past behind you now, Capricorn. And although this has been very nostalgic, thinking back at it, although there have been wonderful times here, you still realize that there is this need to move on from the past. Now, this can also have something to do with your children. They're playing a big part in your life in March, but also it does remind us to keep that playful side of us there. Don't let things be too heavy emotionally around you. Try and enjoy this process that you are going through, this change that's coming in for you. It's very exciting. And if you dwell on that internal struggle, if you dwell on the sadness of having to leave a particular part of your life behind you and moving into the unknown, if you're dwelling on those negative things, it's not going to be as joyous. The choices, the new road, the new opportunities that are coming in for you. So that's a really important message that comes through that Six of Cups as well. Now, just also on a side note, because this is a general reading, there could be someone that is coming back from your past as well. Now, this could be someone, again, that has that opportunity there for you. But this can also talk about someone from the past that's coming back into your life in March that was once a friend, but could potentially turn into something a little bit more intimate with this particular person. But again, general reading here, so take what resonates, Capricorn. But I feel like, yeah, definitely keep an eye out for things that come back from the past that could be great opportunities and grab them. Now, your final card from the Gateway Oracle deck is a card that several star signs have actually had this card this month. So I feel like there is a lot of spiritual energy around us in March, but you have receiving from angels. Now, the affirmation for this card is shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. And the meaning of this card is blessings from above are showering over your life. Angels are real and their presence is near. They are only a thought away. Messengers from the Creator. They come to you with immense blessings and love. All is well. Spread your wings and soar. The universe wants you to know angels are watching over you. They love you deeply and profoundly. Be still and open your heart to their wisdom and healing. They will come to you in soft breezes, rainbows, and feathers that just seem to magically appear. These signs let you know that you are going in the right direction and that all is unfolding exactly as it should. The angelic energy within you is expanding. Know that you are an angelic healing force for others. I really love that message for you, Capricorn. And I just feel like if there's any apprehension that is going on in your life in regards to this move that you are needing to make or this choice that you are needing to make, your angels are there to guide you and help you. And there's no wrong choice here, Cappy. Just go for it. So I hope that resonated with you. Please take me up on that free mini reading if you are a new subby. And if you're not, I hope to see you next month. Bye.